welcome back to my Vanity Insanity. I'm B and I am so excited to have you back today. We are going to do something. Remember that the purpose of me starting this channel was to be bound and determined to use regular makeup for regular old people, whether they're young, old, doesn't matter. I hear my dog barking. He agrees. And to see how the young or regular makeup looks like on older faces. And if you saw my last video, I hope you'll go watch it. It was all about how Allure Magazine has decided to stop using the term anti-aging because it just makes it sound like aging is a disease you want to avoid. And so on my channel, we're not going to do that. We are going to test out some products and use whatever makeup we want on our old faces and see how they work. So if you want to see some of these brand new products, I'll show you what I'm going to use. The first one, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen pictures of a lot of these. Some of them, though, this is going to be my first time showing them here before I've even had a chance to post them on Instagram. But for eyes, we're going to use this is the coolest packaging. I love their packaging. This is Makeup Revolution. This is the Naked Chocolate Bar Eyeshadow Palette. And it looks like this. Of course, every time I say chocolate, I'm like, I think I would like some chocolate. But it's got lots of nice, pretty browns and neutrals, and we're just gonna do a really quick look today, so we don't need to be too crazy and fancy. But also we're gonna try some of the things from the Too Faced Peaches and Cream collection. So this is the Peach Blur, and we're gonna see if it actually does blur, because like when you look at it, I said this on Instagram too, when you look at it, it looks peach. So the fact that it's supposed to be translucent is like, ooh, my eyes are playing tricks on me. So we'll see if it really is. And then we're also going to use from that collection the Sweetie Pie, and this has to be some of the cutest packaging I've ever seen. But it's a little pie inside. And one of my friends from Instagram told me that she does use this as a bronzer, and it's called a Radiant Matte Bronzer. But I just see pinks and golds, and I am skeptical. So we will see how it works. We'll use this as a bronzer. For blush, we are going in with the Makeup Revolution. Can you tell I had a Makeup Revolution haul? But I'm also a huge Makeup Revolution fan. So they have such affordable products, and they're always beautiful, and they're really, really good too. So this is the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Blush, and look how pretty just the blush is. And so we're gonna try that and see what it looks like out of the pan. It's still that pretty. Of course it will be. Excuse my dog. And then for lips, we're going in with the Jeffree Star. I think this is Skin Tight. And this is just the prettiest nude lipstick, so we're going to do that. And then also for a highlighter, to finish it all off, you know you got to have a highlighter. And of course, you know, I know that's kind of a debatable point with older people that don't want to use highlighters, but I'll show you where I put them on my face, and maybe that'll help you, you know, decide. But on top of that, remember I said, if we're going to get rid of anti-aging, just highlight all of it. Who cares? Be proud. Highlight those wrinkles and say, look, I have lots more wisdom than you do because I have wrinkles. That's what that means. Those are wisdom lines. So that's what we're going to go with. This is the brand new Lime Crime Highlight Opals, and I don't know if you guys have the Becca Opal highlighter, but the Opal is one of my favorite ones from Becca. And so when I saw the Opals, I was like, is this going to be the same? And it sure does look like it, because look at these. Woo! They just look gorgeous. And the packaging, I mean, it's I think it's hollow. Christine from Simply Nail Logic, you can tell me. I think it just might be color shifting because I don't really see much rainbow. She has taught me well. But anyway, so we're going to try this for highlighter. So if you want to try these products with me and see how they look on this little face, please keep watching. All right, so first let's do our eyes. I am going to grab a Morphe, I don't know. I got this whole Morphe set that is just eyes and this really pretty makeup bag that comes with it. And so I think this is always part of that set, but I love that set because I always reach for these brushes. But this is just one of the big fluffy brushes. We are gonna go into one of the transition shades. Let's see. I think we're just gonna do this one right there. Just to kind of give us a little base coat. I know I'm bad. I don't use eye primer, eyelid primer. I just never have, and so I'm not sure what would happen if I actually did it. Another trick too is if you have hooded eyes, to do your makeup looking down like this, and instead of looking straight ahead, because you can't really get in there, especially I have really long eyelashes too. But if you look down, you can really see where your crease is. So that's a little trick that I do. I always look down when I do my eyeshadow. And we're just going to go into a darker color. We're not going to do too much on this one because I already know I love this palette. I'm just going to show you what it can do. And it's this one right here. If you're trying to duplicate this look, I'm not sure if you would want to because it's really quick. It's not very involved. It's just if you want to run down some errands and run down to, you know, pick up your kid from school and look hot, you know, whatever you're doing. All right, so now we've got just a little bit of shadow in our crease and just a little shadow there. So we are just going to go into one, let's just do the shimmer one. It's probably not supposed to be a highlight, but I like to use highlights for eyeshadow a lot. And I just put that on the inner third of my eye to kind of wake up my eye a little bit. So I always put a kind of a, you know, either a metallic or a glossy shade right here on this part of my eye. It just makes your eyes look so bright. And let's see, I think we will take a little bit of this just matte white to just highlight underneath our brow. And I've always heard that you don't want to put a shimmery eyeshadow under older eyebrows because it just draws attention. Again, draw attention to your face if you're older. It's okay. But anyway, so they say everything that they say not to do is because you will look older if you do it, or you will look too old if you do it. But remember what I said. We are older. We are older than 20. We're older than 30. We're older than 40. We're older than 70. And we still like to look pretty. So I'm not going to hide my face just because somebody tells me that's not the right makeup thing to do. So I like to choose one of the, a lot of times I like to choose a berry color or like a purple color to go under, but I'm just going to use a darker brown and just go right under there. And it just gives me a little bit of shadow. And I don't bring it all the way into my inner corner because that just makes your eyes look super closed. Third, and then I run it up just to kind of connect it with the rest of it. And that's all the eye look I'm going to do today. Let's move on to the Sweetie Pie bronzer. And oh, this is just the prettiest. Look at that thing. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I'm just going to zoom in so you can just have a piece of beautiful pie. It's just, I mean, I just want to cut into it like, and does it smell? Yeah. Oh, it smells like peaches and cream too. From the Gilded collection, I think this is the Gilded collection from Morphe. This is the Y2. And okay, here we go. We are going to swirl it around. I almost don't want to mess up the logo. That's a bad thing I have with some of these. So we have some on there. See how we do. All right, here goes. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. It's really pretty. And I was skeptical. I just saw pinks and golds and I thought, how is this a bronzer? So, oh, you have to go a little bit lighter than I did probably, because it does go on darker than you would think it's going to. And I just dropped this right below my cheekbone, right in the hollows of my cheek to kind of lift those up a little bit. And then I kind of blend it around. And one of the nice things about getting older, there's lots of good things about getting older, but one of the nice things is that you start to kind of lose face structure. And you're like, why is that a good thing? Because it really, like if you didn't have cheekbones before, when you get older, suddenly you will have like some hollowed out cheekbones. You're like, I had to wait till I got older to have nice cheekbones. But it's not that you do, it's just this illusion because, you know, you lose a little bit of your muscle structure in your face. And so that's why your face always looks thinner when you're older, but I'll take it. So, I mean, this is awesome. I love it. This is a win. I love the Sweetie Pie from Toothpaste bronzer. So, you may quote me. And let's see. We are going to try the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Blush. So pretty. And I'm going in with a BH Cosmetics. It has a pink handle, or kind of a peachy pink handle. I love these brushes. I love how long they are, and they're so balanced. And this is a number 2 from that peachy pink collection. I just love this whole collection. And I think it comes with a nice little a brush bag and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, we're just gonna swirl around just a little bit. So we're just gonna put just a little bit right here on our apples, just a little bit, just to kind of bring some color forward a little. Look like we have that youthful blushing glow thing going on. Because we do. We're just accenting it. Oh, I love this. You do have to have a really light hand though, because it is a little bit dark. So, but you know what? If you ever overdo bronzer or blush or anything like that, you can always go right back over it with powder. And that's what we're going to try to do with this Too Faced Blur Powder, and see if we can kind of tone this all down a little bit now that we have really nice bronzer and a really pretty blush color. These are all wins for me so far. All right, so here we go with the Blur. I'm gonna swirl around this peach looking color and we're going to just blur the lines a little bit from where we put on maybe just a little bit too much bronzer or a little too much blush. And let's see if it also kind of blurs our pores. Not you like how I share my ugly pores with the rest of you. Our pores need to be covered. You're like, hey, I'm not taking responsibility for this. I mean, wow. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it is really blurring things. And it's translucent. It really is. It's kind of weird. Too Faced has got me shook, as the young kids would say. I mean, things are blurring. Pores and lines, and of course the lines under the makeup we just put on, those are blurring and kind of blending together. Places just on my face that I just generally don't like are blurring away. And it just gives you kind of this nice little overall glow. I like it. Too Faced. These are wins. So the last thing that we have, not the last thing, but the last thing for our face, we are going to go in with the Lime Crime Opals Highlight Palette. And look at, isn't it pretty? Ooh. And this is what it looks like inside. There's not a mirror, but the packaging is so pretty. I would almost like hate to put a mirror in here. And on the back it tells you there's pink, gold, and peach in the colors and all about it. And so let's go for the peach, since we're in the peach mood here. So we're just gonna, I love this brush. This is the A23 by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is my favorite highlight brush. And so they have good blushes too, but actually I just like the brush. So we're gonna go into the peach palette there. And so what I like to do is I like to just put it right up here on the top of my, oh my goodness, on the top of my cheekbone. And if you bring it any further down, you're gonna, as you can see, probably see right there, you start to get into some pores. And like, old or not, I've never liked my pores, and so I've really tried to avoid getting anything down in this area, concealer or highlighter or anything that's going to make my big old ugly pores show up. So I try to keep my highlighter on my cheekbone nice and high. I'm just going to go in on this side too, and I'm just going to try to keep it nice and high away from those pores. It just gives me a little bit of a glow, and I kind of like to blend it down just a little bit into the rest of it. So it doesn't sit like plastic on top of your cheeks. And then I like to also run just a little bit down my nose, just wherever the light would hit, and then just kind of highlight that just a tiny little bit. And I know some of the younger girls are just going to be like highlighting up here and here and down here and all over here. But again, you want to avoid things on your face that are flawed, that you just don't want to highlight. So anything that you don't like on your face, for me, it's my giant ugly pores. So I don't want to bring this down into the pore area. And of course, when you see some of the younger girls with these really pretty skin and they bring it way down to here, they can do that. And because they don't have, you know, big ugly old pores. So you don't have to. Don't try to copy everybody. Just do what works best for you, because whatever works for one person and says this is how you do it, it's not going to work for you necessarily. So you do you. And this is how I like to do my highlighter. I have a lot of friends my age and even older that really try to avoid highlighters like the plague, and they think, oh, I just don't, you know, I don't highlight because I don't want to draw any attention to myself. But there are places you can put it that will make you look like you have this glow again that you used to have. And it doesn't necessarily make you look younger, but it just makes you look healthy. And that's what we want. So you do you. If this is where you want to do it like I'm doing it, yay. If you want to bring it down and highlight your pores, yay. You do what works best for you. But I love this highlighter. It is really pretty. I can't wait to try the rest of the colors. And we are going to take Jeffree Star Skin Tight. This is the prettiest nude. And I just love, love, love nude colors. And see, it actually is coming across like a little bit pinker, peacher on the. So here we go. And then you can just take your finger. So, all right, so this is it, I think, and I am actually so happy with every little thing that I tried. Let's see, kind of zoom in just a little bit. I absolutely love this bronzer. Can you see my lights? Whoop, 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 whoop. I absolutely love the bronzer. I was shocked, and I'm gonna go thank whoever told me about that on my Instagram, because I do you use it as a bronzer? It looks like a highlighter or a blush. And she said, nope, I use it as a bronzer. And she was not kidding. So thank you. We go find out who did that. And the highlight is no joke, so pretty. And that blush, like I said, just use a really light hand with that blush because it's a little bit on the darker side. And I usually use a lot of lighter, really soft pink blushes. So that's a little departure for me, but it's beautiful. And I figured all I had to do was just put it on a little bit lighter. And then I love the lipstick. I love the blush, the highlighter, the eyeshadow palette is amazing. So if you enjoyed this look and you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know you were here, and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I am so excited to read your comments. Please leave below like some other kinds of things that you would like to do, not necessarily product reviews if you don't like those, or tutorials, because I know there's a million of those. But I just decided, you know, it's a good idea to kind of see how young makeup looks on like seasoned, mature skin. So that's kind of with a plan. But if there's something else that you want to see, or you would like for me to try out or do, or a technique you want me to do, just leave the comments below and let me know. You can also follow me on my social media, and that is linked down below, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. So also all the products that we used will be listed in the description box. And like I said, give it a thumbs up before you leave and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.